I think we're live right now. I think we're live, and I didn't even record an intro or a radio song or anything because I don't want the internet to ban our voice. Everybody, this is Amelia Duran, your host of Porthole to Justice, and I am here live this evening with Ms. Lotus Justice.
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
how was your holiday?
Yeah, wait a second. I have something. I have this little feature thing where it gives you a huge round of applause. Yeah, so that's like happening.
Well, if we can't applaud ourselves, who can? Yeah. Who does, right?
Yeah.
We don't get many kudos. Although, did you get that link about a young man who was covering my YouTube channel? That was very nice of him.
I know. You're like becoming, your voice is getting out there. And let's
the law is catching up. The truth is catching up with
the law.
With law, yeah.
Yeah. Let's get it out there. Let's leverage it.
Yeah, right. But no, and I was really glad for that coverage because, a lot of what people are pushing now really is based upon the Fourth Crown of Law that I don't think existed really before I brought it forth. And, I got knowing the history of our law, the American common law, which, as you know, is from my perspective and in trust law is different from the British common law, which is chancery, because we don't have a chancery court. The people are the chancery court, the people, not the king. So that's one huge significant difference. But, in reading the history of our law and the evolution of law that brought forth the American common law, or just common law in general, and then it's morphing. It's differences between the British common law and American common law, which are stark. I mean, they are hugely different. Though American common law does originate from the instruments of law that the people of England and Europe, with the monarchies, did develop in their vassaldom. And then we're the next evolution of that. American common law is the evolution from vassaldom and feudalism into sovereign, individual sovereign law. The sovereign man and woman being the jury of the chancery court versus a single king that's appointed by the Pope. So there's that, and so I know the history of that, and I know to me it's very clear. The key instruments of law, such as the Titles of Nobility Amendment that was passed, the 13th Amendment, the original one, in 1812. It was actually passed before that, but the War of 1812 kind of really signifies the rebellion. It's not our rebellion. It was Britain who started a rebellion in our land in opposition to that Titles of Nobility Amendment, and that created a trust. And the Treaty of 1812 is derived from that. But so at that point in time, in 1812 is when, and this is where the biblical references, in my perspective, come into being, the two pillars of law, where the law became the law of man, of nature, common law. And when I say man, I mean woman, So the law of men and women, that govern, that are self-governing and follow the law of the Creator, who made all men equal and made it so that no man should have dominion over another man with force or without free will, in mutual agreeable contract. There's all these rules and laws that we evolved out of that, from that construct of equity. So we have the law and then the law of equity, which are the one pillar. And then the Titles of Nobility Act is the dividing line between the other pillar, which is commercial law, which is admiralty, state commerce, not individual commerce, state commerce. Individual commerce is usually guided by morality first, because we agree. I don't personally do business with people that I don't want to be morally associated with, but that's me. And that's how most people who are create their own means of living and what would be classified as independent contractors or craftsmen or artisans. They don't go and do art for people, relationships and the morality between contracts between individuals, is one thing. But we're talking about the second pillar of American common law is state commercial law, law that governs the activities of the state in treaty. And when I mean state, go ahead.
I recently did some art for some veterans, the Delta Force.
Right.
And I made a meme, and I've been actively promoting, hiring veterans and, homeless veterans for security in your churches and in the community, and yeah, so I did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As individuals, we tend to do commerce and or support commercially those people which we agree with. Either agree that they are craftsmen, that they give a good quality product, or we support them because we want them to be morally supported, such as an altruistic sense, like what you're doing. But then there's the group commerce kind of concept. So that's really the two pillars of law, because men and women come together